project. Let's see, I got some books in. I don't even know how to begin to open this thing. I'm going to pause this. I don't even know how to open this. Okay, mercy. So, man, I get good packaging, but I think packaging it to the point where you have to almost wrestle with the box to get it open is probably a little much. So, this stuff is going to go everywhere. No idea what that is. So this is, wow, a very small, oh, this is the book from the 1600s. I'm kind of a little bit excited about this one. Can you just imagine? That's 400 years ago, yo. 1600s. See, I'm on a history project. And I just don't like it when people just change history and make it what they want it to be for whatever their agenda is. And so, yeah, history, law books, you know, they preserve truth. Yeah. So this baby is from the 1600s. Oh, you can see that. Wow. Finch Law, 1627. I wish my camera could zoom in on that, but 1627. Finch Law. Isn't that amazing? Tony, I can't even read that, but you can tell it's written with a pen from many moons ago. I have to be really careful with it. It's very fragile. But it's a really good condition for being from the 1600s. That's 400 years ago. This belongs in a museum for reals. That's amazing. Law, and it's got that old English, you know, where the S looks like an F. Law or a discourse thereof in Sure books, written in French by Sir Henry Finch Knight, His Majesty's Saracen at law, and done into English with the F for the S, or looks like an F, by the same author, Cicero. And then it's got some French words. London, printed for the Society of Stationers, 1627. I'm going to try real careful to get that. I'm going to take a picture of it. That is so awesome. So I'm really excited about this one. Yeah, I'm going to be real careful when I open that because I'm going to put this down for right now. So, yeah, packaged really well. A little too good, but nonetheless, that's a very fragile book. So here's another one, and I'm not sure. I'm going to pause this again. Okay, so this one I kind of have some mixed feelings about. This one is Uncle Tom's Cabin, and it is the first run of, there was a limited edition after the very first one, and then there was some edited ones in the first year that there was a limited edition that came out. And so the limited editions were not reprinted, and there's some argument and controversy with book dealers and collectors that some of them that have like the very first printing, they're like, oh, this is a true printing. But when you have a first series of the ones that there was after the first print, you had two different publishings and two different organizations or publishers that was publishing them. So the limited editions that's not a reprint later has specific wording of what set of printing that they were. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. But Uncle Tom's Cabin, you know, is supposed to have been a book that it was, it started, allegedly, President Lincoln had made a comment to the lady that wrote it. That she was the little lady that's, I can't open this, it's just so tightly packed, so I'm going to have to do that later. But anyways, I'll save that one for later. So I don't think I'm going to keep these, because after I bought it, it's in really good condition. I looked at all of them out there, and this one was like the best condition, you know, as far as appearance. It had professionally one of the letters on the spine had been redone, and then after I showed the pictures to a couple of dealers, they said that it looked, it appeared on the bottom there had been some mending on the seam. I mean, it's still in a very good condition compared to the ones in this series for the limited edition for the, you know, the first set that came out. Still in very good condition. Nonetheless, they should have put that on there with, you know, that it had a repair on that as well. Anywho's, so now I gotta open this one too. Okay, so I think I have to cut in through that package. It's crazy. Oh goodness, really? They don't mess around when they tape these up. They do not, I repeat, they do not mess around. Not at all. So, anyways, that's all good. My dog's going crazy over there. She's like, what is this? It smells so weird. I should probably be wearing a mask when I open these, just because, you know, I've let them sit there for a couple days or so, just on the safe side. Anywho's, but I spray everything, as I've said many times, before it comes into my house. So, oh goodness, goodness, goodness. That's some nice packing. Oh, the cover is messed up, but man, just the feel of that original leather covering that they used back then, it's just amazing. But this is barely hanging on. This is the Journal of Historical Account of Life, Travel, Sufferings, Christian Experience, and Labor of Love in the Work of the Ministry of the Ancient, Eminent, and Faithful Servant of Jesus Christ by George Fox. 2 volumes, volume 2 in 1800. It's got an original, all those, you know, those pens that they used in the 1800s. It's got an autograph in there and a date of 1831. That's amazing. Arlington Heights book, second time, 15th. I don't know, 1831. I don't know what that means, but at any rate, it's the book cover is about to fall off from 1800, 1800. But it's just, gosh, yeah, that cover is, yeah, that's a problem. They should have said that was about to come off. It's got a little bit of blotting in it, but that's just amazing. So to hear their voices from the 1600s and the 1700s and the 1800s, you know, it's in the books, it's in the history books and the law books. I have an entire set of state Supreme Court from another state Supreme Court books, an entire set from the 1800s. And you know, you look at those cases of what was going on back then, and you get the real picture of what was really happening in the courts and what they were really making rulings on, then based on people that write books about stuff that happened in the 1800s based on folklore and just, you know, somebody said, you know what I mean? But it's, yeah. So anyways, and then I had recently got a disc of um, the early Bibles from the 1000. This is from like a museum that they had kept all these images, and so I got a disc. And it's kind of like having a museum on a disc, but it has images from all the way back to like the 800, 1000, 1100, 1200, 1300, 1500. It's just amazing, you know. But anywho's, I feel blessed. I was on this history project, and yeah, so I think that the stuff that I'll have to resell to get my money back, I think I'll do fine to get my money back. But some of the stuff I'll probably keep and maybe donate some stuff. I don't know. But to preserve history, that's the project. I hope you have a blessed weekend.